Numerous literary critics regard him as one of the greatest novelists in all world literature, as many of his works are now considered as highly influential masterpieces. Born in Moscow in 1821, Dostoevsky was introduced to literature at an early age through fairy tales and legend, and through books by Russian and foreign authors. His mother died in 1837 when he was 15, and around the same time he left school to enter the Military Engineering Institute. After graduation, he worked as an engineer and briefly enjoyed a lavish lifestyle, translating books to earn extra money. In the mid-1840s, he wrote his first novel, Poor Folk, which gained him entry into St. Petersburg's finest literary circles. Arrested in 1849 for belonging to a literary group that discussed banned books critical of Tsarist Russia, he was sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted at the last moment. He spent 4 long, hard years in a Siberian prison camp, followed by 6 years of compulsory military service in exile. In the following years, Dostoevsky worked as a journalist, publishing and editing several magazines of his own, and later a writer's diary, a collection of his writings. He began to travel around Western Europe and developed a gambling addiction, which led to his financial ruin. For a time, he had to beg for money, but he eventually became one of the most widely read and regarded Russian writers. Quotations from Dostoevsky. I say let the world go to hell, but I should always have my tea. Man only likes to count his troubles. He doesn't calculate his happiness. The soul is healed by being with children. I love mankind, he said. But I find to my amazement that the more I love mankind as a whole, the less I love man in particular. We sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight. Somehow, suddenly, all at once, before a word has even been spoken. People speak sometimes about the bestial cruelty of man, but that is terribly unjust and offensive to beasts, as no animal could ever be so cruel as a man so artfully, so artistically cruel. Above all, don't lie to yourself. The man who lies to himself and listens to his own lie comes to a point that he cannot distinguish the truth within him or around him, and so he loses all respect for himself and for others. And having no respect, he ceases to love. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. The really great men must, I think, have great sadness on earth. To go wrong in one's way is better than to go right in someone else's. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. The deeper the grief, the closer is God. It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. Talking nonsense is the sole privilege mankind possesses over the other organisms. It is by talking nonsense that one gets to the truth. I talk nonsense.